Timeless reading for Taurus, starting with chaos, stagnation, ignorance, and open. But I want to leave this open card here a little bit to the side, because I feel like mainly these first three cards, they play into each other, they are connected to each other. And I feel like this is your energy from the past or even from the present, but I also feel like you will soon step out of it and realize you felt like you were being tackled down, helpless in this position of the fly, fearing that the spider will soon come to eat you alive, like metaphorically speaking. But I think this is just, I think it's understandable that you feel and think this way. Maybe you were really trapped in several situations where you couldn't find a way out of, even though you tried really hard. That's what I'm feeling here. And maybe you thought of yourself as ignorant. Maybe you thought you waited too long for something and now you're trapped. Like you're blaming yourself here. And maybe you also thought that due to your ignorance, you caused chaos in your own life. I feel like you don't think that you caused a lot of chaos in other people's life. Maybe some of you might worry about that as well, but I feel like it's not justified. I feel like it's just a guilty conscience and it's not reality. It feels like you will soon figure out that this is actually what someone around you has been doing their whole life. And you pulled that into yourself. Like, we always say, oh yeah, people are projecting on others. They are blame shifting. But sometimes, some people are the other way around. Some of us, we internalize other people's mistakes and think they are our own mistake. And you might realize that these three energies here, chaos, stagnation, and ignorance, you blame yourself for not taking care of establishing some order in your life, or waiting too long for something to change. But then you feel like it's your own fault that you are stuck in this dangerous trap. But you might realize very suddenly that it's not at all your fault. Like it was even part of your spiritual learning to be stuck in a situation. Until you realize that someone around you, it might even literally be a couple around you. Could even be your parents, something from your childhood. We don't have the childhood card here, but we have a child here in the giving card. It doesn't have to be your parents, but or a couple at all, but it could be a couple. Someone you know. And you internalize their mistakes as your own in some way. Like you were doing the opposite of projecting onto someone. And suddenly I feel like you might think all of these are your energies, but they are not. They are someone else's energies. And with the open card, I feel like this is suddenly shifting into a different topic. There is a realization here on your behalf as well about someone you have been closed up towards to. Even though some of you in your situation, I feel like you logically understood that you can trust this person. In your stomach, maybe you felt some resistance towards this person, but this will change as well. It could even, if it's a romantic situation, it could be that you are or were already in love with this person, but maybe not fully. Like maybe there was still some doubt or some parts where you were trying to escape or where you were trying to hide, but I feel like this will change. For others of you, it's the other way around, that the other person was behaving like this towards you. And it can just be another kind of relationship as well. It doesn't have to be a romantic situation. And it could also just be your relationship towards any kind of human beings, even strangers on the street, that there's something in you like that still closes when you meet other people. Something that you are always trying to hide from others. No matter in what constellation you meet someone. Then there is this energy of you looking forward to something. You know it's coming. You might, in this energy, in the stagnation and ignorance energy, you might have become quite desperate and thinking like something will never change, something will never come. But suddenly, from the first row to the second row, like I feel like they are quite apart. There's just a huge jump and shift in energy. And you will suddenly be in this energy where you can already see it. And it's not even that far anymore. You thought you would never reach something. You thought you would never experience something, even though you worked very hard for it. But it could be that it was sneaking around you, hiding from you, waiting to jump on you in a positive way. And you didn't see it and you went down in despair, and suddenly you turn around and you can see it, and you can see like, oh my God, I will soon arrive. With this old card, could be perceived as something negative, but I get a quite positive feeling here. It's like literally you might find something old that you thought you lost, some kind of object, maybe even shoes, and you will be very happy about that. Or it could be a person from the past, something from the past, whether it is an object or a person, will come back around. Has nothing to do with this. This is something in the future. This is something new that you are looking forward to. And while you are happy in this state, there is also something reoccurring from the past, and it is very pleasant, I feel. There is something about giving here. And I feel like there is something that is being given to you. I feel like it's not this time you who is the giver. It could be that someone is giving you back something old that you thought you lost. It doesn't have to be a huge gift, even though we have the wealth card, but I also want to pull these two apart. I don't feel like the giving and the wealth has something to do with each other. I mean, for just a few of you, it could be that some kind of wealth is given to you or inherited to you. But I feel like for most of you, they are split from each other. It could just be a small thing. It could even be an old pair of shoes that has no financial value, but it has a very private, personal value. And someone will give it back to you. But with a wealth card, it's less about giving or receiving a present. I feel like this is hard work. And it's also what I'm getting here, looking at something that you already have. Maybe you thought of yourself as worthless because you don't have a huge income, and maybe you realize that you actually have a lot of savings for someone who never had a really huge income, and then you realize how proud you can be of yourself when other people waste everything you stored, you saved. And on top of that, I think there is an increase in your finances coming here as well. Some kind of good news, but it's really something you worked for, and you thought maybe you tried to work for something too late, and then started to blame yourself for being stuck in a situation. Like, oh no, it's my own fault. I postponed this for too long and now I'm stuck. But I feel like you're not. At the bottom of the deck we have morality. And I think this is a realization. We also have resistance, a realization that morality caused a lot of resistance for you and a lot of shame and guilt, maybe about money, but also, you know what I said in the very beginning of the reading, that you blame yourself for certain things and then realize it wasn't even your own fault. And this is due to some exaggerated moral standards. It causes a lot of shame in people. that cause a lot of resistance towards yourself and resistance towards success and progression. We have wind here, and I think this is what the result after releasing this morality and resistance towards yourself and towards your own success and progression. This is the outcome. Okay. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.